Living with my mother-in-law has put a crack in my otherwise happy marriage. My husband, without any consolation, suddenly decided that we should all live together, and he knows how difficult I get along with her. I can't forgive him. There's no way I can simply accept things as they want. I'd rather leave this house on my own accord. My name is Sarah, and I am 28 years old. I've been married to my husband, Jake, for almost 3 years. We met at a social event, dated for 2 years, and then got married. We hit it off right away because our hobbies were similar, and everything led to marriage in quick succession. Yet, there's one thing that bothers me. That is, my husband always prioritizes his mother over me. His parents divorced when he was a child, and he was raised in a single-parent household by his mother. To him, who had lived with his mother for a long time, her words are absolute. He believes everything his mother says is correct. Just the other day, right before we were about to go out, my husband blurted out something outrageous. "Sorry, Sarah, Mom just texted me. I want to go shopping. Come with me." Wait, what? We were supposed to go buy new dishes today. Sorry, Mom really insisted. I don't care about that. We've had this planned for a week now. But you can choose the dishes on your own, right? Mom can't go shopping without me. Even so, isn't it odd to prioritize your mom like this? Sorry again. Can you stop fussing? Just go on your own, Sarah. With that, he quickly left the house. What the hell was that? We had made plans first, and he just prioritizes his mother on the day? I can't believe this. In the end, I had to go out alone, and my mood was absolutely sour. As I was going around the stores alone, a text from my mother-in-law arrived. It was a photo of a delicious-looking cake and a message saying, "Jake treated me." I couldn't help but shout out loud. My mother-in-law dislikes me, so she intentionally sends me pictures of her and my husband, Jake, looking happy together. On this particular day, multiple texts from my mother-in-law kept popping up on my phone, and it was making me irritable. Jake is an incredible husband, if it wasn't for the mother-in-law issue. But whenever she's involved, he immediately becomes a source of frustration. I have never liked the way my mother-in-law tries to sabotage our relationship at every turn. Looking back, she may have been bullying me since before we got married. When we visited his mother's house to announce our engagement, she looked me up and down. "Sarah, where is that dress from?" Just something I picked up at a department store sale. "I'm sorry, but it looks rather shabby. It doesn't suit my son at all." Excuse me? As I was taken aback by her rudeness, she didn't hesitate to continue her onslaught. "Also, your manners are lacking. You didn't say thank you when I served tea to you." I'm sorry. I was so nervous I forgot. Jake didn't stop his mother's sarcastic attack. In fact, he was laughing and saying, "Mom, you're harsh." I knew that he, having grown up in a single-parent household, cherished his mother, but I wish he'd defend me a little when I was being tormented right in front of him. In retrospect, I should have reconsidered this marriage then. Such thoughts began to consume my days. Then, one day during my work break, I checked my phone to find several missed calls from Jake. I called him back immediately, and he answered after a few rings. "Jake, is that you?" "Sarah, something terrible has happened." "Huh? What happened?" "Mom collapsed." "What? Your mom collapsed?" "Yes, I need you to leave work and come to our house now." "What? Hold on." Before I could get more details, Jake hung up abruptly. Hold on, why home? If she had collapsed, shouldn't she be at a hospital? Regardless, I headed straight for my mother-in-law's house. Upon arriving, I found my mother-in-law snoring comfortably in the living room. "You're late. Why didn't you come home earlier?" Jake, furrowing his brows, scolded me in a hushed voice. Feeling slightly taken aback, I responded, There's train schedules, Jake. I can't help it. I heard she collapsed and I came here as soon as I could.
Huh? Aren't you worried about my mother? She just managed to fall asleep.
Well, what do you want me to say? While growing increasingly frustrated with Jake's selfishness, I asked him, Hey, is it okay to leave your mother at home? Shouldn't we take her to the hospital?
She's fine. I put a pain relief patch on her.
Wait, a pain relief patch?
Mom tripped over the doorstep and fell. She hurt her back and couldn't put the pad on herself, so she called me.
Wait a minute, you said your mom collapsed. So she just fell and hurt her back? That's it?
What's with that tone?
Jake yelled at me, his face red with anger.
You're making it sound like my mom is exaggerating.
Well, it's just a minor fall, isn't it? When you say someone collapsed, normally you'd think it's something serious.
That's just you jumping to conclusions. Don't pin that on me.
Ugh, this isn't something I should have had to leave work early for.
You, how could you say that? Look at her, she can't even get up right now.
I don't care. There's nothing I can do here. Did you really need to call me? I had to make up an excuse to leave work early during our busiest season, and you made it sound like it was an emergency. As I let out my anger, Jake sighed, looking annoyed.
You know, Sarah, you don't seem to care about my mom at all, do you? Every time I bring her up, you get this sour look on your face. It is really rude as a wife.
Huh? What? Are you trying to blame me now?
No, that's not it. A normal wife should care for her husband's mother, right? I can't sense even a shred of that intention from you, Sarah.
Oh, give me a break. I've told you over and over. Your mother has disliked me since the day we got married. She's always picking on me. How am I supposed to want to take care of her?
What's that supposed to mean?
She purposefully contacted you on the day of our plans. It's so obvious that it's deliberate.
My mom is tough on you, Sarah, because you haven't been accepted by her as a worthy daughter-in-law.
What? Is he for real? How can he think like that? Doesn't he see his mother's actions for what they are? Despite further arguing, we got nowhere. Before long, my mother-in-law woke up and began complaining to me. Sarah, it's so heartless of you not to worry when I've fallen. No, I rushed over here because I was worried, but you look perfectly fine. Excuse me? How could you say that? I fell and hurt my back. But you just fell, right? Saying you collapsed is a bit misleading. Oh, stop complaining. This is why I can't stand snarky women. I should have never approved of you marrying Jake. Hearing my mother-in-law's words, I felt more anger than sadness. I wanted to leave as quickly as possible and swiftly exited my in-laws' house. Checking my phone later, I saw a text from Jake.
I'm worried about Mom, so I'm going to stay here for a while.
Rather than caring about me, he's still fussing over his mother at a time like this. I was utterly disgusted with him. I didn't reply to the text and just went to sleep. For some time after that, he didn't come home. 1 week later, just when I was enjoying some alone time, I got a call from Jake. Could it be an apology call? I hadn't contacted him at all, and Jake might have finally realized his mistakes. With such thoughts, I answered the phone, and an unexpected response came from Jake.
Hey, is that you, Sarah?
It's been a while. What's up?
Well, I've been talking to Mom and thought I should fill you in.
Huh? Talked about what?
Mom is going to live with us at our place.
What? Caught off guard, my mind went blank. Trying to control my shock, I managed to muster some words. Wait a minute, living together? You mean cohabitation?
Yeah, she had that fall, right? We'd be worried if something else happened, wouldn't we? So we thought we might as well live together.
Hold on, you're kidding, right? There's no way I can live with her.
Huh? What do you mean you can't? Don't you care about Mom?
It's not like that. How many times do I have to tell you? I know I'll get harassed if I live with your mom, Jake. You understand, don't you?
Are you going on about that again? Anyway, it's already decided. I've sent the stuff over there and it'll be there by tomorrow, so can you receive it?
What? Wait, that's not...
Well, take care.
With that, Jake hung up abruptly. My frustration towards Jake exploded. He sent the stuff? This can't be a joke. Why am I, his wife, being left out of this conversation? There's no way I'm agreeing to live with her. I'll leave this house. With that resolution, I immediately began to pack up my things around the house, all to escape from the selfishness of Jake and my mother-in-law. I couldn't think of any other way at this point. The next day, the intercom rang, and a massive amount of my mother-in-law's stuff was delivered. As if waiting for the right timing, a call from Jake came in.
Hello, is that you, Sarah?
What? I'm kinda busy right now.
Are you still mad about yesterday?
I'm not mad, or rather, I don't care anymore.
Good, that's a relief then.
While I was trying to suppress my irritation towards my careless husband, he continued.
By the way, did Mom's stuff that I sent yesterday already arrive?
It arrived, and I just finished sending my stuff to my parents' house.
Huh? Your parents' house?
In response to his confusion, I explained briefly. I'm going back to my parents. If you want to live with your mom, go ahead and do it yourself.
Hey, you're joking, right? What kind of nonsense are you talking about?
Nonsense? I'm serious, you know. To begin with, it's unacceptable to decide on cohabitation without any discussion.
Just because of that, why are you going back to your parents' house? If you're gone, Sarah, who will take care of the house?
Huh? You're not children. You can do it yourselves, right?
Stop it with your nonsense. You're always speaking out of turn. Mom is angry too, you know.
Let her be angry if she wants. I don't think my judgment is wrong. My assertive remarks seemed to have incensed my husband. He yelled louder than I had ever heard him.
Don't mess around! You're a wife, you know. Just shut up and do as you're told, you idiot.
Idiot? Are you talking to me?
Who else would I be talking to? Well, whatever. Go back to your parents' house until you can think clearly.
Huh?
When you're ready to apologize sincerely to me and Mom, come back here. If you apologize honestly, both I and Mom will forgive you. See ya.
With that, he hung up the phone right away. He doesn't think he did anything wrong at all. On the contrary, he still thinks that his mom and himself are the most important. Tired of such a husband, I returned to my parents' house with my suitcase. A few hours later, the phone rang again from my husband. What? I'm busy right now.
What the hell is this?
From his tone of voice, I could tell he was pretty shaken. Suppressing my smugness, I asked my husband, What do you mean? Did something happen?
When I got home, there's nothing left. Your stuff.
I figured as much.
You figured? Weren't you just going back to your parents for a few days?
Do you really think that was it? Sorry, but I have no plans to return to that house.
What? Don't mess with me. What am I supposed to tell Mom? I told her you would take care of everything.
Not my problem. Why don't you tell your mother the truth? I screwed up, made my wife angry, and she left me.
How could I say such a thing? At least come back right now. Don't act on your own.
Don't act on my own. You were the one who brought up the idea of your mom living together with us without your wife's permission. Don't start shifting the blame now. Over the phone, Jake was lost for words as I screamed at him. Jake, who always looked down on me and made fun of me with his mother. I can't forgive him anymore. I will settle all the grudges I've held so far. Jake, what do you think I am? I'm not a servant for you and your mother, nor am I a toy. Don't think everything you do is permissible.
Hey, Sarah, calm down.
Shut up. You've never really listened to me before. It's too much to expect me to just go along with what you say. From now on, I have no intention of taking care of you or your mother. I'd rather be single than do that.
Don't say things like that. I don't intend to get a divorce.
I couldn't care less what you think. I'm sick and tired of being pushed around by you two. You guys can just figure things out on your own. I'm done. Never interfere with my life again. You and your mother can go to hell together, you foolish duo.
Wait, Sarah.
Ignoring Jake calling my name, I hung up the phone in a fit of anger. I headed straight to the lawyer's office to request our divorce. Although it took some time, the divorce was successfully granted. After I left, it seems Jake reluctantly began a life with his mother alone. However, without someone to do the housework, they started bickering, causing a rift in their once close relationship. As for me, after the divorce, I decided to move out of my family home. I rented an apartment near my work and started putting even more effort into my job. As a result, I was offered a promotion and my salary increased accordingly. I now find fulfillment in my work. I'm truly glad I severed ties with that mother and son duo early. From now on, I want to live my own life for myself.